We're breaking down the French Laundry's techniques to create quick, Michelin quality sauces at home. Instead of creating a stock specific for each dish, you'll just need 2 stocks in your arsenal. I'll share my insights to make this professional technique approachable in your kitchen. As a bonus, I'll show you how you can use this sauce as a base to create other sauces. To start, you need 700 grams or 1.5 pounds of bones, chopped into 1-inch pieces. Ideally, these bones are from whole animals or subprimals. If you are using a boneless cut like pork tenderloin, use some meaty bones from the same animal. Heat a wide, heavy pot over medium-high heat with 120 grams or 4 ounces of a neutral flavored oil. When the oil begins to smoke, place the bones in a single layer. You should hear a loud sizzle when placing the bones down. This indicates that the oil is hot enough. Cook the bones without moving until GBD, golden brown and delicious, for about 10 minutes. They should be well browned before they're moved or they'll release their juices, steaming the bones rather than browning. Quick sauces are flavored by browning the bones, so this step is essential. Turn the bones and cook for about 10 minutes longer or until evenly colored. If you have trim, add it in after flipping the bones. For the first deglaze, add 250 milliliters or 8 ounces of water to deglaze the pot. As the water simmers, the fond below will loosen up. Use a wooden spoon, preferably one that is flat, to scrape and lift up all the fond. As the water reduces, all the scrape up fond will dissolve. As the water cooks out, the oil will separate and start to sizzle again. This will help continue to brown the bones and help a glaze form on the bottom of the pan. For the second deglaze, add 250 milliliters or 8 ounces of chicken stock, scraping up any fond on the bottom of the pan. As the stock reduces, the gelatin from the chicken stock will start to coat the bones, and the color of both the bones and the stock will deepen. As the stock reduces, the gelatin from the chicken stock will start to coat the bones, and the color of both the bones and the stock will deepen. Cook the stock down until a glaze starts to form on the bottom of the pan. For the third deglaze, add in 125 grams or 4.5 ounces of onion, 135 grams or 4.75 ounces of carrots, with 90 grams or 3 ounces leek, white and green parts only, no dark tops. All the vegetables should be cut in what the French Laundry calls a 1/2-inch mirepoix, which just means 1/2-inch pieces. Nothing fancy. This cut is primarily used for stocks and sauces. The vegetables, mostly the onion, provide the moisture for the deglaze. Cook the vegetables over medium heat so that they lightly caramelize. Certain vegetable trims like mushroom or tomatoes can be added to the sauce, especially if you use them in the dish. For the fourth deglaze, add 500 milliliters or 16 ounces each of chicken stock, brown veal stock, and water. If you only use veal stock, the sauce will be too gelatinous. Bring this to a simmer and pull the pan halfway off the burner. This will create a convection simmer and force the impurities off to one side, making it easier to skim. Once the visible impurities are removed, move the pan back to the center of the burner and cook on a gentle simmer for 45 minutes or until the stock has reduced to the level of the bones, skimming any impurities that float to the top. Separate the bones and the vegetables from the stock, then double strain into a smaller pot. The French Laundry will strain their stocks up to 12 times, rinsing the strainer in between. Given the smaller amount of sauce that we're using, I find using 2 strainers to double strain the sauce is a more efficient way at home. Use a swirling motion to help pass the sauce, never forcing the stock through with a ladle. You should have around 500 milliliters or 16 ounces of liquid. Then strain this into a smaller sauce pot and reduce by half or until nape, which means to coat the back of a spoon. One key to making a flavorful sauce is to cook your stock at a gentle simmer, but reduce fast. This will help produce a clear, flavorful sauce. This can be used as the final sauce to accompany your dish, or you can use this as a base and make it even more special, like this Dijon bourbon sauce. Coat the bottom of a pot with a neutral flavored oil and add in 50 grams or 1.75 ounces thinly sliced shallot and 10 grams or 1/3 of an ounce of thinly sliced garlic with a pinch of salt and sweat. Once translucent, add in 30 grams or 1 ounce of Dijon mustard and cook for 30 seconds to bring out more flavor. Turn off the heat and add in 30 grams or 1 ounce of bourbon. Ideally, you're serving the same alcohol that you cooked with, which is called echoing. Add in the 500 milliliters or 16 ounces of pork stock with a sprig of thyme and reduce until nape, skimming as you go. Strain the finished sauce into a smaller sauce pot. To make a great quick sauce, you need to start with a great stock, which is why you should watch this French Laundry's chicken stock video next.